Hello viewers. So far we have seen in the module 8 advanced query concept about the store procedures in the 8.1. Then we saw the 8.2 transactions. Let us just see 8.3 the functions. Okay, so let us just understand about the module number 8.3.3 system functions, where the mathematical functions is what we will be covering. Now, in this, basically we have to declare three of the variables to understand. First one is the positive number in the data type of numeric 12,4. 12 is our total, the number of digits, whereas like 4 will be the decimal. So basically the integer part will be 8. Then the number which we are assigning to it is 1 through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.56789. The same number is what in the negative is what we are assigning to the negative variable, and then the data type remains same. The third variable we are declaring here is for the variable of power, okay, for the integer type, and assigning the value as 5. Now, how this all kind of mathematical function works is let me give you a brief of that. See, basically the absolute ABS means absolute function. Absolute function works how, like whatever value that you may pass within that, irrespectively the sign before that, maybe like if it is like a negative number or if it is kind of a positive number, it gives you the positive number only in the output of that function. Okay, so that's the nature of the absolute function. So here we are passing the positive number just to show you like how it works, and then the negative number is what I am passing in the same function on the right hand side with a different alias name. So here I am just giving it a different alias name, say like a negative number. Okay, so you can understand the difference between them. Then comes the next one, which is the ceiling one. Now here is the significant difference in the case of the positive values and in the case of negative values. What happens in the case of positive values is the number, say like if this is the number that we are taking, okay, so in this case the ceiling will be what? Ceiling will be the upper side of the number, correct? And the floor will be what? The lower side of that, right? So now let us just execute everything together, and then let me explain you one by one. Okay, let me take you there. All right, so see, very cautiously just try to see what is there happening. Okay, first of all, where the absolute value like the positive number that we are assigning, see the difference between the first alias or the first column and the second column. There is no difference, right? Both of them are in the positive values, right? That is the benefit of the absolute function. Then comes the ceiling number. So ceiling is always the upper side. Okay, so in the case of the positive number, the upper side of the number, it will take you to that. Say in our case, like what was the number here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 was there. But after 8, there is a decimal point, and after decimal point, 5 or greater than 5, whatever is the number, then the prior number before the decimal point will be promoted to the higher number. That is the, and it will be made like a integer value. Okay, so there won't be it won't consider any decimal point values. Basically it will just consider the number, or say like it will round up to the 0 point, and then make this number as like move this number to the higher number. Basically from 78 to 79 it will make. Okay, that is what we are seeing in the case of the ceiling, which is our, in general, like ceilings are always the upper side of us, and then the floors will be the lower side of it. So like that only. So the higher number will be referred by the ceiling, and then the lower number referred by the floor. Okay, so that is what is happening in the case of floor. So floor, if you see, like here it has considered the 79, right? Because of 78.5 it was there, then it converted it to 79. But now if it is the floor function, what it will do in that case is it will do that floor function it will take it to the lower side of it. So this number is only considered. It will just forget about whatever is there after the decimal point. That is the nature of the floor function. Okay, so just always understand, like in the case of positive values, there is a difference. What I am telling you will become completely opposite in the case of the negative numbers. Okay, how come? Let us just see. So as we saw that in the positive number, whenever there is a ceiling function, it will take us to the higher number end and make the value is the integer number, like in this case. And then in the case of the floor, what it will take us to is, it will keep the as is number before the decimal point. Meaning it will take us to the lower part of it. It will not take you to the higher part, and it will not give you any other type of result. Instead, it will keep the same number in that case, if you can understand. Okay, so the floor number is what we understood it with this way. Now if you try to understand about the negative number, now the same number is there, only just the negative sign is there, so this is a negative value. Now how if we want to check, like if we want to check about the negative number, so negative number will be treated how? Negative number will be treated by this ceiling function here. But see, in the ceiling, if the negative number, how it is treated? In the negative number, how it is treating here is, it is keeping the number as 78 only. You see, like in the case of positive value, it took it to the higher number, means it rounded the 8.5, it has rounded it, right? But in the case of negative numbers, it will not do the rounding here. It will work as if like it is a floor function. See, floor function has written you the same result how it has written you for the negative number here. Only just the sign difference is there. So consider, say, like if it is a negative number, then it will work as if like a floor function. And if it is like a positive value, then it will work as if like a ceiling function, meaning like the higher number. Okay. Now in the case of a floor function, the positive value. Now in the case of a positive floor function, positive value will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in the positive number, floor will give you that number. But say like in the case of a floor value, floor function, but the negative number. If the number is a negative but the function is floor, in that case it will take you to the higher number. See, it has taken you to the 79. The ceiling positive number and then the floor negative number, both will be most likely identical, right? It has taken it to the higher number, like that. Okay. So that is the difference, and that's why I have used this same function twice, so that you can understand the difference between the positive values and then the negative values. Because see, this is like a not a higher number, if you can say. It is definitely working in the opposite side, but still from the numbers perspective, if you see, you will feel like it is identical here. But this is very less number than whatever this number it may be. Okay, so that is what is happening over here. And then the round function. Now in the case of a round function, what will happen is, positive number, if you pass to it, it will round it up to the 4 digit after the decimal point. So say here in our case, we have got 5 decimal, this decimal point, or say like a 5 digits after the decimal point. Now in this case, what may happen is, there is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 number, right? So 9 will turn this 8 value before that, before 8, after it will make this 8 as a 9, because we are rounding up till 4 digit only after the decimal point. Okay, so it will make it to the, it will move it to the or round it to the higher number. Okay, that is how it will work in the output. So here if you see the rounding value 5, 6, 7, 9, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 will turn to the 5, 6, 7 and 9. So the last digit will be truncated and the second last will be rounded. Okay, now in the round number of the negative, right, in that case also it will remain same, because there is a rounding function. Rounding function works perfectly fine. How it works for the positive value and for the negative, because it is after the decimal point only, right? There is nothing before the decimal point number. All right, and now the last function is what we want to understand is the power function. Power function is what? Basically, see, power of 5 is what? 25. Power of 6 will be 36. Power of 7 will be 49. Right? Like that it will do. So say like here we are finding 25. So power of 5 will be 25. So that comma, after comma, whatever you mention in the number as an integer, that many number of values in the power that you have kept, considered that way. Suppose say you keep it like a 3 as a power to 5. So 5 into 5 into 5. How many? What will be the number? 5 into 5 is 25. 25 into 5 is 125, right? So 125 will be the number in the result. Correct? So that is how this power function works. Okay. So that is what I just wanted to cover up into this module. That's it. And thank you.